From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a major evening tonight as more corporate layoffs are announced, and the future for this economy unquestionably not that strong. But you need to be smarter than you are. You got this stimulus right now. You got to move and get those incredible stimulus checks. It's 2023 stimulus checks. Become a member this minute. Go right in this video and join the members of this channel and get these huge stimulus checks over this broadcast. A to C, E to K, L to Q. We're going to go over these 2023 stimulus checks in this 1 hour special broadcast tonight. Plus, we'll go over the unemployment stimulus checks and also the small business stimulus. It's a big night with massive stimulus checks across the board. But the breaking news is more corporate layoffs are coming, and that is why you have to learn to get all these incredible sums of money. Become a member. Go right in that membership right tonight and get that big money instantly. We'll go over the latest details of what we saw this week and where we're going into the new week. Goldman missed, Morgan beating, and then overnight, Procter & Gamble missing, and now Alcoa missing as well. We'll have the unemployment numbers, improvement on that front, but Morgan believing that potentially we would have a 4% unemployment, 4% inflation, and 4% rates. What would that mean for you in this U.S. economy? Well, the latest details across the board. Plus, we'll go over one viewer whose daughter told her there's no money for her. Well, that's wrong. And we'll go over how to distance yourself from incorrect statement and focus on the big money that's available to you. 2023 is a great year for stimulus with a combination of 3 years of stimulus checks passed. We're going to go over why it's important to learn to earn, because you're not going to be told this anywhere else. Congress is not going to tell it to you. They passed it and never told it to anyone. And we're going to go over how to learn about it over this broadcast. Big checks for you, SSI. Big checks for you, SSDI. SSA, veterans, low income, huge sums of money. It's for you, the Purple Power. And we're going to go over these hundreds of checks in this big broadcast tonight from the shores of San Marcos, California. It's a big night with massive sums of money, plus the breaking news about what happened with unemployment, and the latest on 444. Could we potentially be seeing that in the horizon, in the cards? Well, we'll see that tonight across the board. It's a big night from the shores of San Marcos, California. Let's get to the breaking news, everything you need to know and everything you need to go with. The breaking details will start right here, right now, on a big, bold, beautiful night of evenings and LA Live. And here we go. We're in phase 3 of that January to January phase number 3, January 2023 to January 2024, when we would likely have inflation, unemployment, and recession all on the cards. That's why I have to get big sums of money. 2023 is a big year for stimulus checks because a combination of 3 years of stimulus checks, and you need to become a member. Go right in that membership newsletter over this 1 hour broadcast, and we'll go over the latest details what we saw this week and also today, and also where we're heading on this economy in the new week. Be smarter than you are. You got this stimulus, and you move on this big stimulus across the board. But first, let's get a roadmap of what we'll be covering tonight. Tonight, we'll be going over these big checks. These are checks for you, SSI. Stimulus checks for you, SSDI. Stimulus checks for you, SSA. Stimulus checks for you, veterans. Stimulus checks for you, low income. Stimulus checks for anyone makes less than $75,000, and these are 18 months, 5 checks per month, $3,000 across the board on average. Huge sums of money in that membership newsletter. Have you become a member? Get ready. And also, we'll go over unemployment and PEBT coming up in a little bit as well. First, we're going to go over to A to C, E to K, and then L to Q, starting first with A to C. A to C are the incredible checks passed from Joe Biden in spring of 2022, and they're beautiful across the board. And they established them by executive action, and we've been getting them ever since. Let's look at those beautiful checks right now. A to C help you get that financial freedom, big money, and let's get those incredible checks across the board. Joe Biden established them by executive action for you, SSI. Stimulus checks for you, SSDI. Stimulus checks for you, veterans. Stimulus checks for you, low income. And they are for the federal government to you, federal stimulus checks. They're not state stimulus checks. They have nothing to do with your governor. They have nothing to do with your mayor. They are from the federal government. And we're going to go over those A to C checks in just a second. Then came Congress with more checks, hundreds of checks, E to K. bringing us to then hundreds of checks, and they are all for you, the Purple Power, and the member of this channel. Then we got the beautiful checks thereafter, L and M, N and O, and P and Q. I found them, and you're going to need to get them, because look at these unemployment numbers. Wow. And the misses this week, my goodness, it's all coming up late in this broadcast. But let's turn into those beautiful checks from A to C starting right now. The first three checks from Joseph Biden. And those stimulus checks A to C, E to K, L to Q, all have the same eligibility. Let's look at those beautiful checks right now. Stimulus checks A to C, these are for you, and you deserve them. Stimulus check A, $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. Wow, that is incredible. Go get it. How do you get it? You become a member. Go right on this video, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Go right on the membership newsletter, which we're going to go over in a second, and get that beautiful $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. Pass law. Viewers have been getting them, and you can get them as well. Then go get that stimulus check B. It's for members, $15,000 to $80,000 stimulus check passed by Congress. And this is the check that's paying 18 months of stimulus checks across the board. And then stimulus check C for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance. Go right in that membership newsletter. We're going to go over each of these wonderful checks one at a time. First, let's go to that beautiful stimulus check A, $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. How do you do this? You just subscribe. Then you go into this video, become a member. Get that beautiful membership newsletter tonight. We're going to go over that in a second. Go down to Stimulus Check A, click the link, and go get that beautiful Stimulus Check A. You're not done there yet. Go get Stimulus Check B, which is for rent, which is for mortgage and rent and beautiful things across the board. It is at Stimulus Check B, and that is the check that's helping people get 18 months, 5 checks per month, $30,000 across the board. You deserve this because it's going to be a 2-month recession. Then tee up that beautiful Stimulus Check C that came from Joe Biden. Stimulus Check C is for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And you want that beautiful Stimulus Check C? Of course you do. So you go on this video, become a member, go right down to Stimulus Check C. And let's look at that beautiful Stimulus Check C right now. It's a lot of money. How much money are viewers getting for Stimulus Check C? Let's look at it right now. Do you want $30,000 of rent? Of course you do. Do you want $15,000 of utilities? Of course you do. These are stimulus checks for you, past. For you, SSI, past members. Become a member right today. Snap, combinations of checks. Look at that beautiful check. My goodness. Nieces are $23,000. She went to $50,000. Marcus are $32,000. Well, he went to $50,000. Then $100,000. Then $166,000 of stimulus checks. And here's beautiful Lorraine. She was at $105,000 of 2023 stimulus checks, and she went to $155,000. Dragon's been a triple member of this channel, and what did she get? She, as a Purple Hawk, has gotten a whopping, beautiful $170,000 from becoming a member to all 3 channels. Johnny helped 20 friends and neighbors get $250,000. It's happening all the time. You deserve these big sums of money, so do it right tonight. Become a member. Go around this video, become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, and Calcino VIP. So far, we have only gone through stimulus checks A through C. So how do you become a member? You go right on this video, become a member, and get that beautiful stimulus check C, which is for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. Don't forget stimulus check B. That's the one that's paying you 18 months on average. And don't forget stimulus check A. It's all in those first 3 checks, A, B, and C. Beautiful. Now, let's go over to the next check that we're looking at, which are E to K. After A to C from Joe Biden, then came the beautiful stimulus checks, E to K from Congress. And they are wonderful. E to K brought us to then hundreds and hundreds of checks. And you deserve those beautiful checks across the board. Let's look at those beautiful stimulus checks from E to K starting right now. And boy, they keep on getting better every night because they are so wonderful. Stimulus check E is a $7,500 stimulus check. This was passed by Congress, and you deserve these big sums of money. Wow, a great, beautiful check. Stimulus check E, $7,500. Stimulus check F, a beautiful, wonderful $4,000 stimulus check. Love it. Then stimulus check G, whopping 30% off. Stimulus check H, $2,000 stimulus check. Then stimulus check I, $8,000. J, $8,000. Then K, $14,000 stimulus check. Love it. Next up, stimulus check L, which is a beautiful next group of checks. So those are the stimulus checks E through K that came from Congress, A through C from Joe Biden. Now let's go to those beautiful stimulus checks L to Q. Remember, these are stimulus checks for you, SSI. Stimulus checks for you, SSDI. Stimulus checks for you, veterans. These are stimulus checks passed by Congress, whose job is to pass laws, not to tell you about the laws. Their jobs are not to inform you about how to get the money. It's my job to record, to inform, to deliver the breaking news, and educate you on what's going on. And that's why LALATE is number one for this in financial news across the board. Number 3 overall for financial news nightly. And you're watching currently the most watched show for financial news in prime time. It's LALATE Live. Now let's go on to the other checks, L to Q, that came after. So A to C from Joe Biden, E to K were from Congress, and then came after the wonderful checks L to Q. And that brought us to then tons and tons of checks. Let's look at those beautiful stimulus checks right now. Stimulus check L is a beautiful $100,000 average of beautiful money. M is a $4,000 stimulus check. Love it. Then stimulus check N, 0 down payment, 0 closing costs on a brand new mortgage. O is the beautiful, N is the free internet, free computer, free tablet, and O is a 0 down payment, 0 closing costs on a brand new mortgage. And stimulus check P and Q. P is 3% on a refi, and Q is a gorgeous, wonderful $8,000 stimulus check. Wow. So those are your beautiful stimulus checks L to Q. But what happened after those checks? Well, thereafter came other checks. And how to get those beautiful checks? Let's look at that graphic right now. Just memorize that wonderful website. And there you go. How do you get these beautiful checks? In the membership newsletter, it's right there. How do you become a member? Go right in this video, become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Go right down under this video, join the channel right tonight. Join channel 1, channel 2, or channel 3. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to all 3 channels. Tell your friends and family, come on over. And then get ready for that beautiful membership newsletter. So how do we do that membership newsletter? Initially, the newsletter was delivered from me to you, but now, since December 2022, it is at that beautiful website as well. When I had first recorded that the U.S. economy is going to go into recession 2023, viewers of this channel, members of this channel, in spring of last year said, if that's the case, I'll find as big stimulus checks. I did. And I wanted to make sure that you got big, broad eligibility checks, ease of ability to getting them, and we got all 3 things achieved. Number 1, big checks. We're getting on average about 18 months of beautiful stimulus checks. Many viewers are getting over $100,000. Number 2, broad eligibility. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI. Stimulus checks for you, SSDI. Stimulus checks for you, SSA, veterans as more. And then ease of being able to get these incredible checks. Now even easier than ever before. In a beautiful newsletter that is also on a website. It's delivered from me to you Monday through Friday, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That was the original way, and it still is the original way as well. But in addition to that ability to get that beautiful stimulus newsletter, the membership newsletter now is also at a website. So you can immediately become a member right this minute and go right to that membership newsletter at news.lalate.com/newsletter. Go right in and start getting stimulus check A and B and C, and going all the way down to that brand new computer and tablet, stimulus check N, and continue across the board. The newsletter website's even easier than that, because you don't even have to remember the address. You only have to write it down. It's at the top of the chat, the pinned comment, and also in the description of the video. So grab that password from the most recent post on your channel and go right in and into that beautiful newsletter. Start getting those incredible stimulus checks, A to C, E to K, and L to Q. Remember the first 3 checks, A to C from Joe Biden by executive action, and they're just wonderful. Stimulus checks A to C, get them tonight. Then get those stimulus checks E through K that came thereafter by act of Congress. Stimulus check E, $7,500 stimulus check. Stimulus check F, $4,000 stimulus check. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI. Stimulus checks for you, SSDI. Stimulus checks for you, veterans. Incredible stimulus checks across the board. Then stimulus check G, 30% off. Stimulus check H, $2,000 stimulus check. Stimulus check I, a beautiful J, a beautiful $8,000 stimulus check. And K, $14,000 stimulus check. After that, I found more checks for U, L, and M, N, and O, and P, and Q. L is a beautiful $100,000 of average of free loan interest-free money, and then M, $4,000 grant. Wow. Stimulus check and a beautiful brand new tablet, computer, laptop, free internet. Love it. Go get that stimulus check and big fan favorite of viewers of this channel and members. Get it right tonight. Stimulus check O, 0 down payment, 0 closing costs on a brand new mortgage. Stimulus check P is a gorgeous 30% refi, and finally Q is an $8,000 stimulus check. So those are your beautiful stimulus checks, A to Q for you. Same eligibility across the board. These are stimulus checks for you in that membership newsletter tonight. Go into it and get it across the board. You deserve all these incredible sums of money. These are stimulus checks for SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income across the board. Averaging $3,000 a month, 5 checks per month, and a beautiful 18 months of stimulus checks. A to Q. There you go. In addition to those stimulus checks, we have Stimulus Check R, which is for small business owners, and boy, is that great. Stimulus Check R is a lot of money. It's the employee tax retention credit. Based upon the events of 2019, 2020, and 2021, you're getting a lot of money. How much money? $26,000 an employee. Let's look at the details of that beautiful Stimulus Check R right now. Stimulus Check R is based upon keeping an employee on staff when the pandemic hit. If they kept them on staff, if you kept them on staff from 2019 to 2020, and then 3 quarters of 2021, how much are you getting for that beautiful stimulus check R? A lot of money. You're getting $26,000 per employee. Boy, I love that. And where is that? In the membership newsletter down at Stimulus Check R. Become a member right now if you're a small business owner and get that beautiful $26,000 per employee. And if you had 20 employees, it's $500,000. Just incredible. Unemployment is so important because more people are getting unemployed. And the latest details is the tech firings continue to grow. Step 1, file that claim with your Department of Unemployment. In that claim, step 1, you're going to be asked 3 questions. First, date you're fired, in this example, October 1st. Then, willing to work? Yes. Able to work? Done. Claim is approved. So simple. Step 2 is where they're going to ask you for, do you want weekly benefits? Certify for weekly benefits is a fancy way of saying, do you want a stimulus check each week? Yes, you do. So go right in and get that incredible unemployment right tonight. That is unemployment. PEBT stimulus is also heating up. That is for people who had children who would normally get fed by the schools or discounted by the schools for those meals, but had to stay home because of COVID. Those checks are landing across the board, and they're beautiful every day. PEBT stimulus checks. In the big second half, we're going to go over the latest details of the markets and what the markets saw this week and what they're going to see next week, but become a member. Go around this video, become a member, and get these huge sums of checks. We'll be looking at the latest details on corporate earnings, unemployment, projections on inflation, and also projections on recession, and also projections on the markets. It's coming up in the big second half. We'll have the latest details on what corporations miss and beat, and which will miss and beat next week as well. Be smarter than you are. You get this right now. Get all this incredible stimulus, and you move on these stimulus right across the board. I'll see you back in 60 seconds as this and more and the breaking news on this big weekend edition of Evenings LA continues from the shores of San Marco, California. See you back in 60 seconds with these incredible checks and more in tonight's live broadcast.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. and then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now from the shores of Santa Monica, California, as we learn this week definitively that we are in a recession. Back in spring of last year, I was the first American broadcaster to record the U.S. economy would go into recession. But tonight we'll learn a little bit more about that recession and the elements at issue. Came in from a bank this week that said, yes, we're going to suffer a recession, at least mild, and also confirming that the elements of it are already abounds. And where are they? They're in those corporate earnings. Corporate earnings are the best indication of recession when they miss on the final quarter of 2022. Procter & Gamble miss, Alcoa miss in this last week. Then we had a series of other companies missing as well. We had early in the week Goldman missing, but Morgan beating, and the China rebound, interesting. JB Hunt a little bit weak, and also Procter & Gamble with that major miss. So what do we see this week as well? We had unemployment coming in at 190,000 new jobless claims, lower than expected. A drop from the prior week, which is about 200,000, and we expected it to go higher. It did not. It went lower, 215. Good news on that front. But has inflation peaked? Morgan Stanley says, yes, I agree. I believe inflation has peaked, but the component parts may still go up like milks and eggs across the board. But what about that triple four? There you go. 4% unemployment, 4% inflation, 4% rates. Could that be our new normal? That's what Morgan Stanley says, and I agree. 4% unemployment is likely where we're heading. 4% rates is likely where we're going. And last year, I was the only American broadcaster to record the U.S. economy would not see a 2% inflation with Jay Powell, even though that is his target. He's raising rates at the Federal Reserve to get to a target of 2%. I say he's not going to get it there. And now Morgan is saying, yeah, you're right. He'll likely get to 4% and then stop. They also say we can live with a 4, 4, and a 4. Do I agree? I think I do. 4% unemployment is not particularly good, but I think we can live with it. 4% inflation, yeah, that's a lot better than where we are tonight, folks. And 4% rates across the board. So what you need to learn and earn about is that you are smarter than you are. You got this now. Move across the board and move for the stimulus right tonight. On Mornings LA today, brand new mornings this morning, I went over a viewer whose daughter told her that there is no money for SSI in 2024. And I made a recording about that. Let me touch back on that right now. So all these checks on screen, A to C, E to K, and L to Q, are for SSI. And imagine your daughter, who does not do this for a regular basis, is telling you not to apply. Really awful. Isn't that really awful? So what's important to understand is that the way that stimulus works for 2023 is that it's a law. It's already law. Congress's job is not to teach you about it. Their job is not to tell you about it. And that is my job. And unless you hear and learn, you're not going to get the money. And if someone tells you there's nothing there, ignore them, because the members have already gotten it. So what do? You go around this video, become a member, because over the last 2 years, everything has happened as recorded on this channel. Stimulus for 2023 is already passed. It's all law. Viewers have already gotten it. Members have already gotten this channel. If you haven't, watch this entire broadcast from beginning to end. Jump in that membership newsletter tonight. Become a member right now. And go right down to A to C, E to K, and L to Q. Get these beautiful stimulus checks already law, already paid. Members have those checks in their hands. Next, listen to where this economy is going. Because I said Jay Powell's not going to get inflation down to 2%. You saw it this week. You saw it last week. That CPI is still hovering at about a 6.5%. Next, I said those corporate earnings were going to miss, and they really did miss. Goldman, Tuesday missed. Procter missed on Thursday. Alcoa missed on Wednesday. And missing of those numbers is indication of a recession. I also said that unemployment does not fall apart at the start of a recession, falls apart at the end of the recession, and we saw that today, when those unemployment numbers actually dropped in new jobless claims from 200 to 190, not higher, to 215. So be smarter than you are. You got this, and pounce on all these incredible stimulus checks by becoming a member right today, because there's going to be two different livelihoods, two different walks of life in 2023. People who do nothing get nothing. People who learn, earn. And this is how stimulus originally started. I always have my eyes and ears open for more stimulus, and that's how I found Stimulus Check R. Imagine $26,000 per employee, $500,000 of stimulus for one person. Who would have known? Well, I did not know about it. I heard it and I watched it and I recorded it, and I've been teaching you ever since. Who would have known that this fast stimulus, 18 months, 5 checks per month across the board? That's the law. It's been passed, and viewers have been getting that. Who would have known? Who would have known that if you're fired as a tech job employee, that there's unemployment for you? They're not recording that. The broadcasters are recording that people have been fired. Well, go get that unemployment stimulus, because there's a lot of money across the board. Let's look a little bit more of what we saw in the market data this week, with that CPI still hovering too high. Davos giving big warnings about this economy, and also the predictions of the new week across the board. What a big week it's going to be. And I'm excited to see you in the live chat all this week as well. So what do we have this week that came in that was also fascinating and going into the weekend? So the Dow had big problems this week trying to get some footing. We had a $613 drop on Wednesday. We had such a strong start of the year, said Young Kun Mai, Chief Investment Strategist at BMO Wealth Management, on Wednesday. There's not a whole lot of reason to get aggressive here, but all the factors suggest that caution is warranted in the near term. Do I agree with Wong? Absolutely. The Dow fell that day 613 points, the Nasdaq 138 points. That's nearly 2% for both of those markets. That was the same day that JP Fuller missed and Alcoa missed. That's the same day that Microsoft had a 10,000 job cut. This week, those job cuts have been astronomical, and that's why it's so important to understand how unemployment stimulus works. Let's look at who does not have jobs today. And by the way, in the last few hours, more have been laid off by Alphabet, the parent of Google. And going into tonight's broadcast, we had 18,000 jobs cut additionally from Amazon. We had 230 early in the week cut by Alphabet. We had crypto, 500 gone. Coinbase, 2,000 gone. Salesforce, 7,000 gone. Facebook, now Meta, 11,000 fired. Twitter, 3,700 gone. And Lyft, 700 jobs gone. If that's not a warning signal, I don't know what else is. That's all very, very troubling across the board. St. Louis Fed President James Bullard spoke about the situation this week, and what did he likely say? Stay the course, keep on raising those rates. Well, they are going to raise the rates, but the question is at what pace and course will they? There is really two equations for this at the moment. It is 25 basis point or 50 basis point. And that 25 or 50 is really heating up. It's looking like it may likely be more of a 25